Alright, everybody. Lord Magic is here. Okay, give me 1 second. We're gonna get started in just a minute. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Get our links posted. Okay. This works. I think we are good here. Everything looks fine. Yep, that's posted. Okay, we're good. Now let's get our deck set up here. I would love to import the deck. We are playing some spirits today. So, of course, Contra. Always, we're gonna go for the 5-0, of course. All right. Let me make this a little bit bigger so everybody can read the cards. I've heard that reading the cards in Magic is actually a really good strategy, so we'll try to do that. All right, that should be fine. There we go. So we're gonna play Mono Blue Spirits today. If you are watching this live, I started a little bit later because it was about 15 degrees warmer in my room than it is right now when I would normally be streaming this, so I needed to let it cool down. I do have a fan near me, and if that makes sound, I'm sorry. I can't really do much about it. It's just gonna be like that so hopefully the mic's not picking it up too much. I don't think so, because I didn't really see a lot of volume on the bar for it, so I think it's probably fine, but we'll see. Yeah, it looks like it might not even pick it up unless I'm talking, so you just have to let me know if it's too bad. Then, but it's getting hot up here because it's getting to be that time of the year now. So, okay, perfect. It sounds a lot louder to me because it's only like, you can see it. It's like a foot away from me, so I can hear it very loudly. But if the mic's not picking it up, then that's perfect. So, all right, I can live with that. But yeah, so we're streaming a little bit later than usual on schedule today. However, we're going to play Mono Blue Spirits. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do today, but this deck is actually pretty interesting. And I believe it just won a Pioneer Challenge like a week ago or something like that. Like, it's actually been doing pretty well. Can I back up that claim? Pioneer Challenge. Okay, how about the one from like last weekend? Oh my God. All right. Well, I don't think this isn't like the exact same list, but it's pretty close, and I just want to see what the difference is here. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Yeah. Where's the list for this? I want to actually see what the actual list looks like. Come on, help me out here. Spirits. I have no idea why I'm having such a hard time finding this. Wait, is this the one I was thinking of? Yes, okay. It actually, so it was like, actually, yeah, about a week ago. What? I think. Actually, no, it wasn't. Okay, this version of this league was not a week ago. Well, it is put up results. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, fine, whatever. I can live with this. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely put up results, and it's been doing fine. This is very similar to a deck that used to exist in Standard, And I played that deck a lot because it revolves around Curious Obsession. So I don't want to get sidetracked too much in this, but um, so I haven't played a whole lot with it in Pioneer, but there's some really interesting things about this list. Let's look at them. So Mono Blue Spirits has been in Pioneer for a while, but like it's gotten some upgrades, and one of the really big ones here is this new card, Geistlight Snare, which is Crimson Vow. Um, it works really, really well in this Curious Obsession build because what it lets you do is you can go turn 1, play like your creature, and turn 2, play the Curious Obsession, and now Geistlight Snare only costs 1 mana to actually cast because you get a discount on it if you control a spirit, and you get a discount on it if you control an enchantment. And the main goal of this deck is to stick this Curious Obsession onto a creature, ideally one that has flying so it's hard to block. So like Spectral Sailor or Mausoleum Wanderer are good picks for it. And then, yeah, you protect it with your counter spells and stuff like Rattlechains. And you can clear the way with like Shacklegeist. So, yeah, it's pretty powerful. And Geistlight Snare is definitely a huge boon to this deck. So this list is playing 4 copies of it. It's had Lofty Denial for a while, which, again, it's like a 2-mana hard counterspell for the most part. There's some scenarios where like Lofty's slightly better than Geistlight Snare. Like Snare can work with Ascendant Spirit, which does not have flying, but it is a spirit, so it counts for this. However, if you don't have a creature in play, then the Snare is going to cost you 3 mana always, and then the Denial, you can still cast it in like turn 2, even if you don't have a creature in play. So on turn 2, it will cost you 2 mana, you can counter like a 2 or 3 drop with it, which is kind of nice. But yeah, this one, the tax is 4, this one, the tax is 3. So, like, they're both, like, variations on the same, like, kind of mana leak spell. It's not bad. I mean, this deck does have a lot of flyers. And we also are playing a few copies of Spell Pierce. Just because, like, it's really easy to, like, play a creature and then turn 2, play Obsession, and back it up with Spell Pierce. Now, yeah, it will help you get this on and then start attacking so you can draw your cards. And then once you land this for a turn, like you just keep supporting it with counterspells or like Rattlechains, it'd be very hard to remove the creature. That's the idea. So, it also has Faceless Haven in here, and yes, as Contra is asking, is it a budget option for Mutavault? I don't think it is, actually. I'm pretty sure that there's 2 reasons that you want to play Faceless Haven in this list over Mutavault. One is that this deck does not have a lot of power. Most of it is just like 1 or 2 power in the air, but you're not going to be trading with like a Bone Crusher Giant for the most part. So you have to kind of tempo your way through or sneak your way through with flying. So like either like Shacklegeist to tap stuff down, or like Borrower to bounce stuff, or yeah, like I said, if you have flying, then you can just evade things that way. Faceless Haven does give the deck some amount of actual power, so it can punch through and as a 4/3 with Vigilance, and it has all creature types. So it is a spirit, so if you have your Supreme Phantom out, that does count. And you can turn it into a spirit, so you can use it for Shacklegeist, for instance, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, and because it has Vigilance, it does mean it's a great attacker. Especially once you get to the point in the game where, like, I don't know, maybe you have like 5 mana up, you can use 3 of it, attack with the Faceless Haven, and still hold up like Lofty Denial on your opponent's turn. So, you know, it gives the deck a little bit of extra punch in the late game where like it might struggle with it otherwise. So there is, I think that's probably one of the 2 reasons, and the other one is it is a snowland. So one of the cards that has seen a lot of play in these types of lists is Ascendant Spirit. And we've seen these sorts of cards before in like Figure of Destiny, and I think there's another one. It was a cons block card. It's like a Warden or something like that. It's a green card, but the fact that we've seen a few versions of this card, and this one is a spirit version of it. But it requires snow mana to make it work. So The idea here is that your entire mana base is just all snowlands. What the hell did we just do? Whoops. Did I just accidentally remove cards from my deck? Hold on. I might have to fix this. I don't know what I removed here. I was clicked onto something and I accidentally just like nixed. All right, so I'm just gonna re-import the deck. But the thing, yeah, the entire mana base for this deck is all it's all snowlands. So that means every single land that you play is guaranteed to be able to help activate this Ascendant Spirit. Whereas if you play Mutavault, then Mutavault doesn't help pay for this. And I mean, Mutavault's only a 2/2. It doesn't have Vigilance. It's a lot cheaper to activate, but I think that they want more of a punch with it. And again, like if you're gonna play Ascendant Spirit, there is definitely an advantage to having every single land contribute towards its cost. Because this is definitely one of those cards where it's like if you level it up to its maximum level, it actually gets the Curious Obsession ability, and it's really powerful. So yeah, it'll be a 4/4 that like draws you a card and gets 2+1/+1 counters every time it hits. Which that's pretty good. Yeah, so it's not terrible in the late game when you just have a ton of mana. However, I don't think this deck is going to go to the late game that often, but I could definitely see like a lot of matches where you might go turn 1 Ascendant Spirit and turn 2 turn it into a 2/3 and either, leave it back to block something or just, start punching in like that, and then turn 3 it becomes a 4/4. Yeah, it just gets progressively harder to deal with. Because you notice like its abilities curve out. So 1 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana. So if you want to, you could just sink all of your mana into this every turn. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea to go all in on it like that, but you can do it at instant speed. So you can leave up interactions. So like if your opponent taps out, then you can say, okay, I can use like 3 mana here to make it a 4/4. So it does give the deck a little bit of a punch. It's not great though because it doesn't have like evasion on it, so it's not the best target for your Curious Obsession, but it does help give the deck a little bit of power where it needs it, and it is a 1-drop, so like if you're playing Obsession, you really do need 1-drops to carry it. As a spirit, it does get bigger with Supreme Phantom, and it also works with Shacklegeist, so there is that. And Rattlechains obviously can protect it as well. So I mean, it is an alternate way to like try to win. So yeah, those are like some of the newer cards that this list has gotten since it's like days and standard. I mean, the sideboard's pretty basic. Just like Grafdigger's Cage to stop like Winota's. Entrancing Melodies are. I'm not sure exactly which match you want this. Maybe for like the Orzhov match where you can just like try to steal their creatures. Yeah, and then I'd like a ton of counter spells. Like Aether Gust is probably really good against a lot of the decks like Winota or the mono green ramp deck. And, you have Cerulean Drake as well, which can stonewall the burn deck, which is very nice. So yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty fun. I haven't played the mono blue version of Spirits in this format at all. I think I've only played maybe like once or twice, and I don't actually know if I played straight blue white or not, but mono blue is like still definitely an option. It's a way different style because you're not looking to flood the board with a ton of power. You're trying to like tempo your way to victory with this. You want to like just keep drawing 2 cards a turn because of Curious Obsession and protect it with your counter spells and other stuff like Rattlechains and whatnot. So if you can do that, Spirits will definitely get you there. Deck is pretty strong. Like I said, it's been doing well in Pioneer, so there's definitely something to it. I wouldn't say it's like the best deck in the format or anything, but it is one of those decks where if you like practice with it enough, I'm sure that you'll do very well. So now I'm not an expert with this deck, so we'll see how well I roll with it, but I think that it's something that will be worth our time to explore because we like our blue tempo decks in this on this channel. And it's something different. We haven't like played a whole lot of Pioneer, but like I want to start dipping my toe back into it because I think that the Pioneer format like definitely has a lot going for it. And if Wizards would manage it the way they used to in like the early days, I think that it would be like really, really fantastic. So overall, I think like right now most of the formats are doing okay, but like I said, if this format was managed maybe just a little bit better, maybe if they like strategically sprinkle in some reprints that will add stuff to Pioneer, like give Merfolk like Master the Pearl Trident and Pioneer. You could reprint that in Dominaria United, and that would be perfect. So, or yeah, and just put a bunch of cards like that in the format. I would love to be in the play. This hand looks great. We're gonna keep it. It's hard to know whether this obsession is going to be good or not. We'll have to. I think that I'm going to go for the line of Spectral Sailor into Obsession because we're most likely to guarantee ourselves a card that way. They mold to 6. I don't think Simic Merfolk is probably not good enough, to be honest. Like if we had 2 lords, like then maybe. That's why I think if they put something like Master of the Pearl Trident and Dominaria as a reprint for Pioneer, I think that the format would be it would make Merfolk like a real deck. Then you could play Simic Merfolk with 8 lords, and I think that would be good enough. Okay, so this looks like they're probably holding up. I think that they're holding up a spell. They probably have shock. This is actually good here. Okay, well, so if they don't actually do anything right now, we can put the obsession on the sailor here. Okay. So now even if they have shock, I can sack the Mausoleum Wanderer. So the best they can do is maybe like consider. So we might be up against like Izzet Phoenix here. Well, we're definitely not doing that. Okay, so they had Lightning Axe, that's fine. I would love to draw a card here. So now, even if they, like, kill this thing, like, it's not great for us if that happens, but we did get the card out of it at least, so. Yeah, okay, they have to do it now. I think here... I'll play the Ascendant, or the Shacklegeist. Because then maybe I can play, like, Sailor or Ascendant Spirit next turn and still have the snare up. Okay. I expect this might be a little bit tough because they do have a lot of removal and they have flying blockers. I expect this is going to get killed here. No, opt? Okay. Well, so that's only 2 spells, so that's fine. This is not bad. I can attack with the Shacklegeist here. I will play Ascendant Spirit, pass, and then if they don't do anything, then I will just turn it into a 2/3. They have 1 Phoenix in the graveyard right now. Like, that's not terrible. We do have the Shacklegeist to get past it. Alright. But they can't do anything like Finale. I do have a counterspell for it. Fiery Impulse. I think I do want to save this thing. So they're going to get Phoenix back, which it's not, like I said, it's not ideal, but we get to keep this, so. Yeah, there's Treasure Cruise. Fucking Treasure Cruise. I can't believe that, like, that card is legal in this format. Okay, they get a Phoenix here, but, like, that doesn't matter. They're at 12. They need a lot more removal. So here, I can play, like, 2 creatures. I could play, like, Supreme Phantom and, like, another Spirit and get in some damage. We just have to hope they don't have, like, a lot of removal. I mean, this looks promising because we have, like, a pretty big board and they don't really have a lot going on. Galvanic Iteration. So I assume this means they're going to use, like, a removal spell. Lightning Axe, okay. Probably that? Yeah. Okay. I don't think it's going to attack yet. Whichever one they block, I just make this one bigger. Alright. Okay, that's a Phoenix. Can't really, like, get through it here. Maybe I can't. Ugh. They have 3 cards in hand. Like, if they just start chaining spells together, I could be in a lot of trouble. I don't think I attack here. Make it a 2/3 before we, yeah, untap. They're at 6. That's not bad. It's not great. Alright, what do they reveal? Nothing important. So here, I could sack the 2 Wanderers to protect this. So, yeah, I don't like that. They have another spell to get this other Phoenix back. It's gonna, alright. Well, I guess if they like pay for this, then they can't get the other Phoenix. This becomes a 4/4, which means, like, this blocks, like, it still dies. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think, like, they have to block here. It's gonna be hard to punch through these last few points of damage. Alright. Alright, what do you reveal this time? They got opt in pieces of the puzzle. Okay, well, again, it's not ideal. Because now they're gonna have their phoenixes back. This is so hard because, like, this deck has, like, a ton of removal for, like, all the creatures, and, like, it gets to bring these back constantly. We were close, but, like, they keep finding, removal spells. I don't think they attack. That is insanely dangerous. This has to mean they have, like, another lightning axe or something. Alright. I can't, like, come back from this. I have no pressure at all. Like, yeah. That's okay, though. We want the Drake. We want Grafdigger's Cage, I think. It's a little bit rough. Not gonna lie. The counter spells are really hard to use here, I think. Um, yeah, I'm not really, like, a big fan of them here. So I don't think I like the Brazen Borrowers all that much either. Alright, what do I want to keep? I can keep some of these. Keep the Spell Pierces. I mean, Mystical Dispute is also okay. We do have there is Thing in the Ice to be concerned about, so maybe I need some number of these Borrowers. Or the Mystical Disputes, but, like, the spells that we want to counter most are not blue spells. Alright, I'm going to try it like this. This does seem like this is going to be a little bit difficult, though. I guess I'm going to keep this. Hope that I can draw a land. Do I want to put this on Sailor or Spirit? I guess I'm going to try to put it on the Sailor. Yeah, they'll kill it here. That's okay. Well, I'm not going to do it this turn, then. I can wait a turn. Because then if I draw a land, I can protect it with Rattlechains. Sure. We have Brazen Borrower, so that's good. Um... Come on, give me a land. Okay, good. I do have to constantly be worried about Mystical Dispute, but I don't really want to tap out yet. I mean, I guess that's a thing. Alright. I do have Thing in the Ice to worry about. If they just replay Thing in the Ice, that's not that bad. Okay, I cannot interact with that. Okay, they play a land here. Just hope that this works. So they're at 14. Can I force them to block? They're tapped out, so this will be 4, 8, 10. So they do have to block this. Okay, there we go. That looks like that's going to be good enough. It's hard to imagine they could, like, defeat this. Not impossible, but it would be difficult. Okay, I don't think they're doing it now. So there's one Phoenix here. Like, getting a Phoenix back is not helping your cause. Oh, they have Temporal Trespass. Well, they can't really cast it here, so... Alright. So, that did not make Ascendant Spirit look very good with the Thing in the Ice, so... I'm actually thinking maybe I take this out and bring in, like, Mystical Disputes. Could gain control of Thing in the Ice, but that's 4 mana. Like, it seems unlikely to resolve. Alright, let's try it like this. Alright, we'll see if this is fine. Like, it's hard hedging against both halves of their plan. Thing in the Ice is, you know, their big threat to bounce everything, and then you have to worry about the phoenixes coming from the graveyard. I don't think I can keep this. This is honestly not better. I think we're just dying. We're in 5 cards. I don't really want to keep this. This is so bad. We're definitely probably not casting that, and I don't think I need a second Faceless Haven for anything. This is a really we mulligans like shit in game 3. We had like ridiculously land heavy hands, and then this one which is just screwed on 5 cards. Like, I don't know what we could have really done. They do have, I think, Brazen Borrowers to bounce this, so this doesn't... It's not a hard lock versus, like, Phoenix by any means. There's the Thing in the Ice. Yeah, I think we're just dead. There's nothing I could do about it. Our hands were just crap. Drawing an island now is still probably too late. I have no way to deal with this thing. And I'm pretty sure even if I drew one now, it wouldn't matter. This is very likely flipping this turn. They're just fucking fiery impulsing it because they can. They cast any 2 spells and this attacks, and like, we're pretty much sunk from there. I think we can concede to that. Alright, well, there we go. We were close. Like, we were close in game 1, but like, I don't know. We did not quite have enough gas to like cross the finish line in game 1. And instead of having an engaging game 3, the shuffler decided that we can go fuck ourselves. So, what are you gonna do? I think that is a winnable match. It's just difficult. It's hard but winnable. I would love to be on the play. I think that I keep this. Gigantha. I don't know if that's good or bad for us. Does that mean this is like the Cauldron Familiar deck, or like what? Okay. I don't like that at all. Well, this Geist Snare is only going to cost 1 mana now, so... So we have an enchantment and a spirit, but I really need to draw another land so I can level it up and attack. They have another one, so be it. We got our card out of it at least, but it would be nice if we could, like, stick it. Sure. I can't defeat 2 removal spells, so... Well, that comes a little bit late. Well, getting this thing up to 2-3 before they can untap is definitely beneficial because it plays around more of these play with fires. So. Okay. You're dealing it to me? Alright. Well then what was the point of attacking with this? I don't think we're the aggro right now. We need to try to stabilize. Maybe next turn I will play the Shacklegeist plus the Wanderer or something, yeah, and then try to slow them down that way. They got Consider. Oh, fuck. Alright. I think... What are the odds that they have something here? If I take 7, I'm basically just admitting defeat, so... Like, if they have another card, they have another card. Sure. Have everything. This is like the Phoenix deck, but worse, because they just seem to have even more removal somehow. I guess I'm going to do that on their turn, and... The Wanderer is just going to have to chump block this thing. I'm going to wait until they attack and then bounce the Sprite Dragon. Yeah, Izzet spells does seem like it's going to be difficult. So we're not playing like dive downs or anything like that in our deck. Honestly, the Swift Spear still might be enough to just kill us, so this may not matter. Oh, they have fucking Treasure Cruise. Which means, okay, then we're probably dead, because Treasure Cruise is just going to be enough. Yeah, this does seem really bad. Like, our best case scenario is we go to 3 here, and they don't have another burn spell, because if they have another burn spell, we just lose. They could just stomp my face, and then I actually die. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Like, I am pretty sure we can't beat that plus the Sprite Dragon. With them, yeah, like, it's just not going to work. Alright. We need the Drake for this, and we need the Aether Gust. Badly. It's just going to be hard. On one hand, I kind of want to keep the Ascendant Spirit, but on the other, like, it is probably going to be very difficult to keep it alive. So, like, sinking mana into it does not seem like it's going to be easy to do at all. Alright. Just try. Do our best with this. We don't have anything to, like, do in turn 1, and this is not going to be very good in turn 2. I'm not going to keep this. This is, I think, a little bit better. So at least when we play Supreme Phantom, they can't kill it with, like, play with fire, I think, right? Well, that's bad. Yeah. Reckless Rage is very difficult. Stealing the Sprite Dragon for 4, that's definitely possible. Maybe I'm... you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, you're right. I probably should have brought that in, because, like, stealing the Prowess creatures actually does seem very good. Okay. Well, I don't think they're attacking me this turn. So that's fine. Alright. Have to hope Spell Pierce is going to protect me. Naturally. Okay, they just played another Soul Scar. It's not great, but really could have helped with if we picked up a land. It's not too late. If we get the Drake, that would be good too. Okay. Alright. So maybe we're bouncing something with Sailor. Or I mean with a Borrower. Okay, well that's fine. I could just flash in Borrower as well. They have 3 cards. Let's just reset this thing. We draw out Mystical Dispute? Okay. So am I taking 8 damage here? Fuck, I don't know if I can afford to do that. What is my best turn next turn? Draw a land, play Shacklegeist, use the Sailor and the Borrower in the same turn? That's still not amazing. Fuck, I'm running out of options though. I only took 7, whoop, yeah. No, I'm supposed to play that! Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay, well. Alright, new plan. They didn't play any more spells, so they might only have, like, lands in their hand. Alright. Okay. Well, that's expected. Let's see what they do here. Okay. We sort of figured that might be the case. They replay it, that's fine. Well, that means they might not have anything, so that's a plus. I don't think it matters. We're not attacking with this, so... I can either flash in Borrower or the Shacklegeist. I think I want the Shacklegeist here. That was a good draw for them, that they're going to get a lot of prowess triggers off of this, probably. They exiled a land, alright. They didn't find 2 spells, then. Well, no, I think they probably did not find 2 spells. Because I think if they found 2 spells... Strangle? Okay. That's sort of fine. So that's still not enough. It doesn't kill it. Excuse me. Are they just, like, dead if I don't do it? If, like, I just block everything here. So I don't think there's any way they can kill me. Yeah, okay. Well, we got that, and we probably didn't deserve it. But yeah, we definitely need to bring this in. You're absolutely correct about this. This card is extremely important. I think this is the matchup for this card, so yeah. Does seem good. Alright, we are on the draw here. We just need to be a little bit more powerful in the draw, I guess. Okay. It's not terrible. We got the Drake, so if this resolves, we're probably in very good shape. Yeah, alright. This thing can stonewall them for a long time. Alright. No attacks. Oh, this Ledger Shredder couldn't be a problem. This thing is not hitting us. And Drake has this walled off. The only thing we're worried about is this. So they will be able to cast 2 spells a turn pretty easily. They put a card on top, so yeah, they definitely had a thing. I imagine this gets burned. Sure. By Wanderer. So we get hit by for 2, but that's not bad. So we can set up a turn where like Borrower can bounce it, or maybe we'll steal it in the future. Well, that's pretty good. I think here I just pass and I can just play Rattlechains at the end of their turn. They get up, so they're gonna take up their Shredder here. They're tapped out. This seems like a good time to bounce that. Come on, land. Excellent. I can just play Rattlechains to protect it. This is good. All right. That could be Petty Theft. No, it's Treasure Cruise. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, yeah, they're just gonna have a million cards, I guess. Life sucks. What are you gonna do? Okay. Bell Pierce is fine. I realistically still can't attack though. Ideally, if I can steal that Ledger or the Shredder, yeah, that will be very good, but we still have to find that first, and Spell Pierce is getting less impressive by the moment. However, we do have 2 Rattlechains, so like the removal is not going to be that hard to deal with. Ooh, that's less than ideal. Ooh, they just have a million creatures. Like this is definitely the way that they need to try to beat me. So I think that if I get the opportunity, fuck me. All right, they have another one. I don't think Sprite Dragon's attacking. Honestly, I don't think anything's attacking. Oh, well, you know what? That makes sense. I could actually kill that with a Rattlechains right now. It's not the worst idea. Play Rattlechains, double block it. They can only kill one of them. Yeah, exactly. We do have to double block it. We trade one Rattlechains for one of those. I guess that's fine. It doesn't matter what order they do this in. That's fine. I kind of want to play the Brazen Borrower right now so that if I played on my turn, I still have Rattlechains up and I can still use that, so... Attacks are not great. That was definitely one of the worst things they could have found for me right now. Expressive Iteration is just digging them into a bajillion more cards. Now, I don't want to hold up Borrower because if I cast both Borrower and Rattlechains in their turn, then they get to connive again with it. So I want to cast it on my turn so they don't get the connive off of this. Though it does put the shield down on Faceless Haven, unfortunately. We're playing control, but they're playing, like, all of their creatures are ridiculous threats right now, and they just keep drawing more of them, so every single spell they draw is effectively adding, like, 7 power to the board. Something like that, or 6 power. Yeah, it's bad. And I don't have a way to push through damage right now. If I, like I said, if I can get the entrancing melody and steal this thing, then we might be in some good shape because then their spells will work for me. They're on 1 card, so fucking goddamn it. Well, I can at least stop them from doing it because they play the land this turn. They did play Steam Vents. Okay. So if I Spell Pierce this, they can't cast any more spells this turn. Which is necessary, because I cannot deal with them casting 2 more spells right now. So they draw 3 cards, but they can't unload them at the moment. And we don't have a lot of great decisions to make here. So they can attack with a lot. Alright, how do we do this? I think that's fine. Yeah, Treasure Cruise is a card in this format, unfortunately. I mean, I could trade this Rattlechains with this, or I could trade the Rattlechains with this. So one of these 2 dies. If I do it like this, then I take 8 damage. I think that I need to do it this way. Because this is just going to continue to get worse. Alright, well, still have a lot of not great things ahead of us. Well, we have Activate Faceless Haven and also Flashing Rattlechains. This is bad. Naturally. How many treasure cruises he can? I think 2 at this point, so this should work. Unless they have something else right now. It looks like they might. Oh my god. Yeah, we're just dead. Look at it. I cannot beat double treasure cruise. Oh wait, they're gonna use it to kill off the Rattlechains. Okay. Alright, but this is still not gonna die. However, I think I might because they have too much attacking me here. I can trade Faceless Haven with one thing. No, actually, it doesn't trade with it. Okay, so I can kill one thing. I don't think blocking with the Supreme Phantom is helping me. I have to go to 2. And that's gonna do it. If they draw a land, I guess then I'm not technically dead, but they draw like literally any spell. No, because they have the Den of the Bugbear. I am dead. Yeah, that's what. Okay, I was right. They just have a spell, don't they? Maybe they'll forget about this. Who knows? They are not forgetting about it. They know they got it. All right. Congratulations. Treasure Cruise is still degenerate. That was close, but I don't know. It's very difficult. Lots of removal. I think that, yeah, I've talked about this a little bit before. I think Pioneer right now is very, very hostile to creature decks. And I think a lot of it has to do with Phoenix and Blue White Control being like 2 of the top decks, but like that definitely wasn't much better. It was just kind of like a different version of Phoenix, so yeah, they went through 33 cards that game. That was crazy. There's just, yeah, like if you look at like some of the top decks in this format, you have like Lotus Field, which does not really play creatures at all. You have Blue White Control and like Phoenix, which play lots of removal, and then it's rough out there for aggro. I don't know what you could do to fix it either. To be honest, like it's just gonna be like that. I'm surprised that we managed to win game 2, but like that game 3 just makes me feel like we got lucky game 2. So Maybe blue-white might do a little bit better because of like Skyclave Apparition, but it's hard to say. Well, no, there is a lot of good answers against stuff other than creatures. Like, it's one of the reasons the blue-white control deck is playing like March of Otherworldly Light. So, like, that card is very versatile. But there's not like a lot of aggro power. Like, there's no lightning bolt in this format, and or like you don't have like Tarmogoyf. All right, we're on the play again. I don't think I can keep a one land hand like this. This is better. I'll keep it. Get rid of one of these. They mold to 6. Chalice of the Void. Yeah, Chalice of the Void would probably be fine, but I think the point of Pioneer is they don't want cards like Chalice or Ensnaring Bridge or Blood Moon like in this format. Maybe if they put stuff like Aether Vial in here, then that could help a lot. Give us like Aether Vial and Cavern of Souls, and maybe that would actually help. I could see that like moving the needle a little bit. Okay. We just play Supreme Phantom, I guess. And then next turn we can hold up the Geistlight Snare. Llanowar Elf. So this might be Winota. You know what? I can play this now to get the extra damage. So we really don't want to dick around with this if this is Winota. But I think that we should have a pretty decent match if it is. Or what else could we be up against here? This, I don't know. I'm not sure what other green-white decks exist in this format. We are in the 0-3 bracket, so like anything's possible right now. Yeah, let's not be doing that, please. They just gave up. They're like, nope, fuck that shit. Okay, well, this does seem like Lofty Denial is going to be helpful for whatever's going on here. Flying is probably going to be very good. I'm going to say Spell Pierce is probably the card we cut for these. Alright. You know what? No, fuck. Actually, I wanted the Aether Gust back. Aether Gust should... I absolutely should have brought in Aether Gust. That was a fuck up. But I don't know if it's going to matter. I am willing to keep this because we do have like everything that we need to go off in like turn 2 and get what we want going, so. Okay, perfect. Pass. Then we can hold up like Lofty Denial or Geist Snare, so. Voice of Resurgence, we respond with Spectral Sailor. Alright. And we have the Snare. Winota is just a Muxus variant. Yeah, it pretty much is. We haven't seen them play red mana yet, so I'm not 100% sure that that's what's going on. I will give them a fucking elemental token because I cannot have Skyclave doing its thing. Also because Brazen Borrower can bounce the elemental really easily if I need to worry about it. Alright. I think... I think I bounced the Voice of Resurgence. I don't know. It's actually difficult to say. Feels like any decision I make is going to get punished. Like, if they have another Skyclave apparition, that's really bad. But, you know what? I'm going to bounce the Elemental, because that's going to get out of hand. Alright, we put the shields down for one turn and hope they don't kill this thing. That's not good. Spell Pierce would have been nice there. Please don't have another Skyclave. Anything that's not Skyclave is probably fine. Elite Spellbinder? Well, that's gonna be a problem. Whenever... If you didn't attack with a creature... So I can actually attack with the Faceless Haven here. Oh no, I can't because this thing makes my Snowlands enter tap. Fuck. This is literally the one time in like Magic's entire history where like the Snowlands are getting punished by this card. Okay. I have to attack or the Curious Obsession goes away. I guess... No, if I screwed this up too, because if I was going to bounce this, I could have then played the land afterwards. I just don't really have a good way to attack right now. Alright, I guess the Curious Obsession is going away. No, like, if I bounce this thing, it doesn't really help me. Like, I guess I can trade with this, but it doesn't matter. Like, because this is only a 2-2 and this is a 3-1. So I was going to lose the Obsession either way. But I might be able to draw cards with this at some point. Playing the Borrower here means that this thing is not going to hit me. I have a 3-1 to trade with it now. So they're playing Angels. Alright. This deck, I think, exists in Historic. Alright, cool. Alright, Selfless Spirit. I guess that's fine. Fuck, that effect lasts forever. Yeah, I do have the ability to, like, I don't need the extra 1 mana here. I think that I'm playing the Shacklegeist and then probably bouncing... I can either play Shacklegeist and, yeah, maybe flash in Rattlechains. Really, I just want to not block more than one thing at a time. That's really it. They have 2 cards in hand. See, if I bounce the Voice of Resurgence and they replay it, I can counter it as long as they don't play a land. think I'm not attacking here, because if they attack with this thing, now I can trade the Borrower with it, and then, like, the worst case is it trades with the Selfless Spirit. Well, that is a fucking problem. Yikes. That was a hell of a sideboard card. I have nothing for that. I am just going to die. Um... This is the only way I don't lose on the spot. Fuck. I can block it with the Faceless Haven once. Alright. It's gotta be what I do. I have to trade the Faceless Haven with this thing. Yeah. I think we're just screwed. Like, that they have way too much power in play. On the draw, this was too much. I think if we go on the play, though, we'll be better here. They didn't attack with the Ceratops, which is nice. I guess we're gonna draw a card with this thing. Which is useless because of the Voice of Resurgence. Mausoleum Wanderer does not really change the calculus here. Blocks this, and then there's still 4, and then this thing can get... It has Trample, right? So it'll deal 2 to me. So that's still exactly enough, yeah. Too much. Alright, Alright, wow. What the hell do we do about that? Well, we definitely want this Aether Gust, because that can interact with that thing on the stack. It's pretty much it. I think everything else is fine. Maybe Shacklegeist is a little bit slow. Maybe I keep in, like, spirits. Alright, I have high hopes for this. The Shacklegeist is a little bit clunky because it's at sorcery speed, and the more flash things we have, the better this is gonna work out. So right now we just have like Supreme Phantoms, like the Ascendant Spirits only cost 1, like, so it's not that big a deal. I don't like this is close, but I don't like it with just 1 land. I'm gonna keep this. Again, it's not like perfect, but we're not gonna do much better on 5. Fuck. Are we like... This doesn't seem great itself. Are keeping 7 cards? Alright, I'm gonna gamble for a Curious Obsession hand. Oh god. Alright, well, we've already mulliganed this far, so... Cool. Alright, bottom. Bottom, I guess. All right. Can Obsession dig us out of this hole? Well, I can threaten to make it bigger at least. Never mind. They just had that. All right. Neat. All right, not over yet. I can put Obsession on Rattlechains, I guess. All right, I guess we're just dead. Like, I don't think any. If they had that, then there was probably nothing that we could have done that was going to help us here. Fuck. It's not, we can't pressure them fast enough to race this. We're going to 9 here. Fuck me. I'm actually surprised that they're attacking with the Ceratops Leg and they're letting me get more attacks in. I guess they could be holding up Coco, but I can't afford to play around it. If they have company, they have company. They were on that Ceratops plan. They have to have like that's I don't know how many they have, but it's rough. Okay, they're doing it in Archangel Avacyn. Okay. Neat. It's indestructible. I think that's gonna do it. We're fucked because if we attack, then whatever we like, yeah, we can't come back from this. This is too much. All right. They came with hate for this. All right. Well, this is disappointing for sure. Maybe we just need to be playing like not creature decks at the moment. Fuck. Look, the Ceratops is just like very. I don't know. I guess it makes a lot of sense because if they want to if they want to hedge against the Phoenix deck, what that means that they can't like bounce it with Brazen Borrower, but it can't be countered by like mystical. Well, what? No, I guess it can't be countered by like anything that they're playing, but the control deck definitely can't counter it, and it gets through the Spirit deck really easily. So that's probably why they have it. Like all versions of Spirits just like have a hard time with it. I guess if you have Skyclave Apparition, then maybe you're a little bit better off because you can at least theoretically get rid of it. But I don't know. Mono Blue is definitely not doing anything to that. This is frustrating because these are all like 1/2s, which like were possible like to win, but they just didn't seem like we had good enough hands for it. Like I definitely like gambled a little bit mulliganing, but I think like the way that played out, like it was gonna be necessary to try to have like a really good hand because again they had the Oblivion Ring on a stick and it into the Ceratops, so like anything less than like an amazing hand was just not gonna beat that. So that's kind of why I went in the direction that I did with mulliganing. But you know what? It is what it is. Uh, Need to be able to like stick early creatures and have counter magic so they don't have like companies or anything like that. But The Ceratops is like can Stone Cold just shut the deck off once it resolves. Oh well. Probably just should have ran Devotion because, like, at least with the Devotion deck, we're doing something a little bit unfair. We don't have to win combat that way. I think we've been on the play every time, and it does not seem like it has helped us. Like, again, the problem here is we only have one land, and, like, this hand doesn't actually do anything on one land, so... I have to keep this, I guess. No, I put one of these in the bottom. So I'll probably level this up next turn. Unless they just burn it right now. Which does look like that might happen. Oh god, not this again! Fuck. Alright. I guess let's attack first. Maybe we'll just make it a 4/4 if they don't kill it. Okay, so that can't be great. Lightning Strike. Alright, well... we can just pass here because I can do a bunch of things regardless of what they do. Alright, opponent, what's it gonna be? So maybe this is mono red burn. Because the lightning strike might be the thing that's giving that away. Hmm. I don't really want to deal with this right now, so... I imagine they'll probably still kill this, but at least, like, it lets me get rid of that and forces them to have an answer to this right now. Just gotta play our cards. Yeah, okay. Kind of the same position here where, you know, Faceless Haven now can just be like our blocker, and if they do anything, then Borrower can just... I don't know, I could flash that in, potentially. Do you have another lightning strike? Alright. Sure. Yep. Can't do much about that. They have just too many prowess creatures and too much removal. So I guess I'm probably just bouncing something with Borrower. I don't know. Using this... I guess I could use the Spell Pierce here, maybe. Oh, we're definitely Spell Piercing that. Alright. No, I think I'm just tapping down one of these things. Sure, they just have another one. I can't deal with that. This is not helping. Fuck. Um. Feel like, yeah, this is getting ticked up, and then bad things are going to happen. Either they have cards in hand and they'll just use this, or if they need to dig for stuff, they'll just use for this. And yeah, all right. Random map ruins. They cannot use that. All right. All right. Lightning strike. I have to counter this. But I still don't think it matters. They have no cards on top. Alright, you know what? Maybe we're okay. If they draw nothing. Alright, let's kill Chandra. What do they have to draw here? I don't know what they could possibly draw that, like, wouldn't kill me. Okay, that's fine. They just drew a burn spell. Sure. There was not a whole lot going on for us. This is not looking great for this right now. This league has just been incredibly hostile. I guess we need to steal the prowess creatures with this. And I don't really like these spirits. They're not ever attacking through. Alright, let's try this, I guess. Do. This league is going terribly. That's fine. It just means that creatures are not really the avenue we should be exploring at the moment. Should focus more on playing something that has a lot of removal in it. Probably like removal plus counter spells is just the way to do this. You know what? I'm going to keep it just because it has the Drake. Emerald to 6. Like, this card will brick wall, like, everything. I might not even play this. If they just, like, pass the turn with 1 mana up, I'm probably not going to. They're on 6 cards, so... If they do play a creature, then maybe I'll jam it. Oh, well, I'm definitely not playing it now. Maybe we need more of this. This card seems like this was incredibly important. Yeah, okay. These were very good in the sideboard. Alright, what's your plan, opponent? Nothing? I don't think nothing is going to do it. I could attack, but I also don't want to get got by, like, a Swift Spear. Oh, fuck, that stomp is hard. This is probably going to be blocking this for a long time. I guess I could have played a Sailor there. But this is also fine, because if they try to kill Mausoleum Wanderer, I can just flash in 2 of these dummies now. Like, potentially get it out of range. Okay, well, this kind of forces my hand. Interesting. So I can protect this from the stomp. It actually feels like I probably should do that. Because them getting another Bone Crusher is actually worse. We will not be attacking here. Surprised they didn't try to use that to get rid of the Drake. So if they play Chandra, like, Spell Pierce is good right now. Play with fire. Okay. We have 1 card left. Well, this is worth more to me than that, so... Okay. These Den of the Bugbears are going to be a problem, though. They have the ability to just animate them like every turn. I think I might still be losing this just because of the manlands. So they can just animate this and attack with Bone Crusher plus that each turn. Yeah, that seems really bad. Alright, we might be on our way to our 05. I'm sorry, Contra. This does not look like this is going to be the one. Alright. Um... Let's see. If I play Shacklegeist and Mausoleum Wanderer, I can survive. But then I can't cast spells for the rest of the game. Because I have to tap these two to tap down that, and then Sailor's gonna have to block Eidolon, and I go to 1. But this is still losing. Like, literally anything just kills me. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright. We got shut out here. Okay, well, here we go. This is our path to 0-5. I don't know if we've ever actually gone 0-5 in a league here. This is this is the point where it doesn't actually matter. Because we get nothing for winning this match except for pride. That's it. But what I can say is that we have struggled a lot. That right now this does not seem to be going well for Spirit. I'm doing the 5-0 in reverse, and that's like the worst feeling. But you know what? This is fine because this gives us an idea of what's out there in Pioneer, so people can see it and then they know what to plan against. So I know I haven't played a lot of Pioneer lately, so this is important because now we can see the metagame with our own eyes and we have some idea of what to expect from it. Which means any deck that we're going to play, at least we're going to have a better understanding of what cards are important. Have I seen the GP pricing? No, I haven't. What do you got for me? What's the deal with GP pricing? Can you put a link in the chat and then maybe I can look at it? $100 buy-in for 15K. Well, $100 buy-in is not good. I remember they were $50 for a long time. And you got a playmat for it. So yeah, $100 is no bueno. Okay. Why the fuck is Twitter coming up like this? Oh, okay. You know what? It's coming up in a different in a window because I clicked on it in OBS. That makes sense. All right. Wait, is that €100? That actually might be more than $100. Or I don't know what the conversion rate is right now. All right, yeah, that's not ideal. Okay. Yeah, well, if it's euros, it's not exactly better. So, yeah, it's absurd either way. It's not it's not really much better because well, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? They're actually really close right now, so it is almost about $100 either way. Okay, this hand's actually good, except I think we're on the draw. Yeah, well, we're gonna keep it anyway. They mulled a 5? Okay. So you're telling me there's a chance this plan might work? No, please do not start with, like, Mountain. Mountain would not be ideal. Okay, you know what? Hollowed Fountain is not much better. Speaker of the Heavens. Oh, fuck. Alright. This makes angel tokens that are going to be very difficult to deal with. Okay. Well, that's not a problem right now. So once they get to 27 life, then these things come online. And they're playing Bant. I understand why green-white, because they probably have, like, collected company, but I'm not understanding what they need the blue for here. Alright, well, as soon as you pass, then, like, I can do things. Okay, so, options are... Supreme Phantom? This seems fine. Then I can attack with this, they can't block. Then maybe next turn I can put, like, this Obsession on this thing. Play Shacklegeist or something. I need to keep them as far away from 27 life as possible. You can't just F6 for the turn because this might be necessary. Okay, goodbye, Supreme Phantom. Well, at least Skyclave did not eat up our Curious Obsession. They only have one card left, so maybe we're in okay shape. I don't like that we had to put Obsession on this Wanderer because it means if they play Coco, I'm probably going to have to sack it. So I need them to not Coco for one turn, because then I'll have Denial up, and that will be much better. Or another Skyclave would be, yeah, that's devastating. Sure. Goodbye, Wanderer. Alright, cool. It's not the worst. Play Obsession in that. I can play these two. I still have one card. I guess I have to play the Shacklegeist. That's not good. Let's see. Attack for 5. It's not bad. Play the. I think I should play the Shacklegeist here actually. So I still have the denial up then. But this will mean I have more flying power to attack with next turn, so it does put them very close to dying. So let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's close. Something like the Phantom off the top could be fine. Or if they make the foolish decision to attack with everything, then, I could potentially just block these two things. Faithless Haven would be okay to get in. Let's see. I also can just tap down one of these. If they attack with these two things. I'm at 9. Right, you know what? I'm going to tap that. And then I might trade with one of the Speaker of the Heavens. I think I'm winning this race. So I'm pretty sure I just block Wanderer on one of these. Take 4, go to 5, and then I think I'm okay. Or go to 6, sorry. I can do math. Yeah, we are not doing that. Oh, that's very good. Okay, so what do I do here? So I have the ability to animate the Faceless Haven and block. I think this is okay. Attack for 7. Yes, I can potentially block and bounce something. Yeah, since these aren't blocking anyway, I'm just thinking about whether I want to tap something down with the Spirit. Right. But I think Spectral Sailor is probably chump blocking something this turn. I feel like this is fine. I might need to bounce this Bishop of Wings if they try to cast an Angel so they don't gain the 4 life. Like, here, they're going to go to 10, so I think right now I have to use Borrower to bounce Bishop of Wings. Because that keeps this in range for me, right? Yeah, and then I just let them attack. Yeah, no, the 4 HP does matter a lot. Absolutely. Okay. That was a thing. Can we win one match? That's I would be happy with one. I think probably just Lofty Denial is what I want here. Think that well, they do make tokens, which maybe the Melody is fine against, but like if they're at the point where they're making tokens, I don't know how good that's gonna be. Because that means we're probably ridiculously losing. Just think Spell Pierce is probably not good. Denial counters Skyclave apparitions and all the creatures, so it's probably fine. Otherwise, I think this is just how we run this back. There is an argument for I think Melody, but I'm not sure if it's necessary or not. It's not bad. It does give me the ability to play a creature and then have up counter spell. If we draw Obsession, that would be fantastic. You have nothing in turn 1, that's fine. Are you fucking kidding me already? I can't deal with this on the draw. This is just bad. Okay. What are the odds that they're gonna like turn 3 Skyclave me? I really want to play this Shacklegeist, so like next turn I can potentially play Spectral Sailor Obsession and have the snare up. Then I can tap this thing down and get in. I just feel like if they have Skyclave, then it's going to be bad no matter what. If they do anything other than Skyclave Apparition, I feel a lot better. Well, you know what? That's not necessarily true. There are other things they can cast besides that, especially using this mana. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just not reasonably sure I could beat Skyclave here. They're casting an Angel spell. Alright. Maybe this is sort of okay. I mean, I guess. Well, that's not good. We're in trouble. We are in a world of shit. I can tap down one thing and like attack, but I can only do this one turn. This is not good. Them having, yeah, you know what? Honestly, if we were on the play, this might have been a little bit better. Because then we would have had the counterspell up for this, but like them having this in turn 2 made it difficult. We didn't really get a good start off. It's not over yet, but this is definitely not good. They have 2 3/5s, and I don't have a good way to deal with them. And they also could I guess they could have that Rhino at any point as well, right? There is Shifting Ceratops. Like, that is definitely a sideboard card that they run. Fuck off with this shit. Bishop of Wings is one of the most dangerous cards in their deck. Another Valkyrie, maybe? It seems likely. What? Okay, oh, they just want triggers. They're gonna throw one away. God. Oh, yeah, this gets real dumb. My God. I guess... Get hit for 4. There is not much I can do about that. Okay. We are out of options. We just have to pray. These are going to tap this nonsense down and just attack and put our hands together and pray that we can somehow survive this. But it doesn't look good. Probably need like Brazen Borrower. Okay, that's not bad. It's something we can throw in front of the bus. So here, do I just... If I play the Rattlechains right now, they might just be playing another Angel. I can get hit for 8. I don't know if that really makes a significant difference. Oh, it does have Vigilance, doesn't it? So I guess maybe if I was going to do this, I should have played the Rattlechains and tapped it. Alright. I don't know what my plan is here, but it's not looking great. Whatever they target with this site, I can protect it, so... Alright. I can take a hit from this guy, but I have to have 3 things to deal with this. That does qualify as a thing, right? Alright, what can I afford to attack with here? They're at 15. I can tap down 2 of them and chump block 1. That does seem like a plan. Or if I draw another spirit, maybe I can just tap down all 3 of these things and then just take a hit from that. Alright, so I think I can only attack with Shacklegeist here. Okay, that's a plus. Maybe we can turn this around. All right. Definitely no to that. All right, they're top decking. We're gonna top deck. We can go to one here. Oh, though they don't want to. They don't want to risk this. Okay, cool. All right, they didn't attack, so that's good. It does mean that our options are open. We have the ability to dig for something with Spectral Sailor. We don't have them quite dead yet, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Um. Oh wait, no, don't do. We might actually, yeah, right. So we can use all 5 to make this a 4/4 with flying. Okay. All right, this is gonna work out exactly. This gives us exactly 12. Okay, we'll take it. We have won a match, so we have a dignity match under our belt, which was still very hard. All right, well, I think we learned that there are a lot of red decks and a lot of removal spells, which does make this very difficult. So maybe that means we need to have more stuff like Dive Down. If we want to play Curious Obsession, then maybe the secret is that we're going to have to play more protection spells. Make our individual threats a little bit better, but I don't know if the other style of this deck works or not. Like Supreme Phantom and Shacklegeist are definitely fine cards, but they kind of work against this plan a little bit because we have to tap out in our turn to play them. And we're just opening ourselves up. Whereas, like, if we use those 8 slots to play, like, additional protection spells, like, we could protect the Obsession more. And if we want to, we can even play, the blue-white version of the Curious Obsession, so we have extra effects of that. Then that means we might have to get away from the spirits a little bit. Oh, I like the idea of having flash stuff. Like, Ascendant Spirit seemed like it was fine, but there still was a lot of times where it was just not gonna get through. Like, it was a good mana sink, like in that late game, like that actually ended up being great and gave us lethal, but there's also a lot of games where it just gets brick walled really easily, so I don't know. Maybe if we're gonna do this, maybe we play like a blue-white version of the deck that just has like 1-drops that just get bigger by themselves. Stuff like Terramander, maybe. And then instead of like Mausoleum Wanderer, we have to play like Siren Storm Tamers or something. And yeah, then we just play like a bunch of stuff like Dive Downs to help protect them. I don't know. That might be a way to try this, but it still seems like that's a really hard axis to fight on, so I'm not sure if I would go back to this. Like, maybe I want to say maybe playing like blue white gives you access to Skyclave, which does seem like it would have helped a little bit in some of these matches. Like having a card that can get rid of stuff like Thing in the Ice or Arc like Phoenix would have been nice. Maybe it can I don't know. Are there other white sideboard cards that would like help? Still, I'm not sure. I don't know how exactly I would fix this, but like yeah, it did seem like it was incredibly difficult, so I don't know. Well, like we learned something. But we avoided the dreaded 0-5, so we were only 1-4. But like, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to test more decks in this format. This is probably not the one I would go back to right now. Like, I guess maybe if like the matchups line up right, and maybe if you have like the right sideboard, like you can spike the event. But just based on what we saw, it does seem like this is going to be one of those you kind of have to run well in order to do well with it kind of decks, rather than just something like blue white control where it's just kind of the same no matter what, because it's already on like the top of the metagame. So you don't really need a whole lot of luck with it. You just need a lot of practice. Where I'm not sure how much putting practice into this is going to defeat like the insane amount of hate that we saw against it. So, but I mean, I don't think it's totally devoid of like any value to it. I think it's just it definitely would have to be adapted a little bit. That's all. So, all right, that's what we got for this week. I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna do next week. I'm always, taking suggestions. So if there's something you want to see me play, then just let me know. I read the comments. I respond to them. I'm also on the Fish Discord like basically all the time. So if you are interested in seeing decks, yeah, just hit me up. I think I prefer the Devotion deck too, and just because it does more unfair things, so you can hang in a little bit more. Though it still is gonna struggle versus the control decks, just because like your ley line is gonna be weak to stuff um like March exiling it or like Big Teferi just tucking it, so it can be difficult against that deck, and we don't have like Cavern of Souls or anything to like stick our creatures through. So it can be very easy for them to just Mystical Dispute all the stuff in that deck too. But there was definitely something to playing all of the mana rocks, like or playing like all the artifact stuff, like Witching Well and the other Kamigawa one. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, Master of Waves definitely helps a little bit against Izzet, but you have to remember they have like stuff like Mystical Dispute and Brazen Borrower, so they're not like stone cold dead to that by any means. They do have cards for it, and like there is Stomp that can still get through the protection, so you gotta watch out for that too. Um, but Master of Waves is still a very fine way to win against those decks, because especially if you have Leyline out, it can be a surprise. Like add like 10 power to the board, and like oops, you're dead. So that is kind of neat. But also like Gadwick just drawing like a million cards is a way to go, and then you don't have to necessarily play like the Fae of Wishes, but that can be also kind of neat if you can survive long enough to ramp Nykthos into getting Ugin from the sideboard. Like that will just absolutely end the game. So if you'll send me a deck list, you want me to? All right, I will look at it. I'm not going to promise anything, but I will look at it and I will think about it. Depends on what it is and if it catches my interest. But I do read all the suggestions. They have some non-zero amount of influence in what I choose to do. So like I said, if you post in the comments or you mention stuff to me, I do consider it. And like sometimes like this was something that somebody asked to see tonight, so I decided that I wanted to try it out. I mean, it didn't really go well for us, but I think we still learned a bunch regardless. So if Lorwyn is coming out, then yeah, like that's gonna shake things up a bunch. But it's I don't want to get ahead of myself. It really depends upon what happens with that. And I would really like it if Merfolk was a deck in Pioneer, because then that means there would be at least one format I could play that doesn't have the stupid Lord of the Rings bullshit in it. So that would be a positive for me if they could put at least one more Merfolk Lord in this. Then maybe that would be nice, but we'll see. If we have like a new Lorwyn set and it's actually like at a higher power level, like a lot of the more recent sets have been, then Merfolk could come back in this format. Like they give us like Mara Regery and like say Lord of it or Master of the Pearl Trident. I don't think they're going to give us Lord of Atlantis, but Master of the Pearl Trident is more in line with current design, so they might give us that. I know they don't like Islands Walk, but that definitely is a flavor reprint they could potentially put into a set. So that definitely is possible they could give us a card like that. Or maybe they'll give us an entirely new Merfolk Lord that will bolster the Simic archetype. Like another blue-green one that would do something. Like our blue-green Lord in Merfolk is an uncommon, so Maybe they'll give us a rare one that actually gives us another ability, like, I don't know, gives all of other merfolk flash or something. That would be awesome. Like a green blue merfolk lord that gives all your other merfolk flash. I would definitely play Simic Merfolk a lot more with a card like that. There definitely are options for that. The only thing that's kind of sucks about Lorwyn is like Lorwyn's theme was Merfolk with being blue-white, not blue-green. So that would make it hard. Like we might have to adopt a mana base more similar to like how humans plays in this format. But the mana base is still not going to be great. So we'll see. We'll play more stuff. We'll see what we got for next week. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. And Contra, thank you for being here, and as well as everybody else who's lurking. I know I see there's people lurking, but yeah, I would very much like if they color shifted Merfolk to either Bant or just Simic and Lorwyn. That would be nice. I mean, they did also have what was there were like blue green Merfolk in it, right? Because like Cold Eye Selkie was from that set, so it's not impossible that something like that could happen. And they also had blue black Merfolk in there too. So yeah, like definitely, like we could see Merfolk be Simic in that set. It could happen, and I think that would be really good for Pioneer Merfolk if they did something like that. So, all right, like I said, that's all we're gonna do for tonight. I guess now is where we have to go and see what else is going on here. Wow. All right, let me go and take a quick look and see if we can find something interesting to go watch. Who is on and who is doing what? You know what? Electric. Did we play against him? I feel like that he was one of our matches. I don't remember. You know what? I'm curious now. Was it? We did play against him, and so you know what? Now we're gonna go and check out his stream. Okay, that's fine. So he was playing one of the angel decks. So, all right, thanks everybody. Like I said, I'll see you again next week. And if you are watching the replay, please give it a thumbs up. Would mean a lot to me. I really appreciate your love and support. That's all I want. So, I will see you guys then. Take it easy, everybody.